student. So this is my next video on ICSE Boolean Algebra series. So in this series we were covering Boolean algebras and its problems. So in this particular video we are covering the topic how to solve problems based on K-map. So we have already seen like how to draw a K-map, how to fill a K-map using SOP and POS method. So in this uh, video we are going to cover how we can solve problem based on K-map. So let's begin with our video. So let's say this is one question in front of you where I'm just reading out this question first. A government institution intend to award a medal to a person who qualifies any one of the following criteria. So a government institution has certain criteria, and based on that criteria they are awarding medals to the person, but he has to fulfill certain requirement or conditions or criterias. So the criterias are the person should have been an Indian citizen and had lost his or her life in a war but had not completed 25 years service, or other criteria, either person must be an Indian citizen and had served the nation for a continuous period of 25 years or more but has not lost his or her life in a war. And third is the person is not an Indian citizen but has taken active part in activities for upliftment of the nation. So these are the three criteria. Now you must be wondering what about these, what to do with these criteria. So we will try to mold this problem in terms of Boolean algebra. So as you can see, the inputs are basically here A. Now A stand for the person was an Indian citizen. So here the A denote the person is or was an Indian citizen. B has a continuous service of more than 25 years. And then C lost his or her life in a war. And D take part in activities for upliftment of the nation. Okay. So now based on these criteria A, B, C and D, we will work out on this or the given criterias and evaluate an expression in the next slide. So here you please check output X denote that it is eligible, then 1 indicate as yes and 0 indicate as no in all the cases. So we need to draw the truth table, but remember here the truth table we need to draw for input and output and write POS expression. So remember we will work with the POS expression and using POS method. Alright, so let's move to the next slide and we will analyze this situation over there. Have a look at this. So with the color I have clearly denoted so that it will be easy for you to understand. Now the first statement or the first criteria is the person should have been an Indian citizen, and here you can see I have marked with red. So the first statement has the first part, that is the person should have an Indian citizen. It is clearly shows that A will be in uncomplimented form or will remain as it is because it is matching with the given criteria. Now look at the C part first. Let's say I've changed the color to blue. Had lost his her life in war, and here the input C says lost his her life in war. So C will also be taken as it is. Now come to the third part of this statement. Had not completed 25 years of service. Please make sure that here it is not. And B says has a continuous service of more than 25 years. But here it says not completed, so that is why I have taken B as not. So my first statement is actually A, C, B not. Okay, I hope that you must have understood. Now coming to the second criteria for awarding medal is the person must be an Indian citizen. So again A will be taken as it is based on the input. Now the second is had served the nation for a continuous period of 25 years or more, and B says has a continuous service of 25 years or more than 25 years. So again B will be taken as uncomplimented or as it is. Now coming to the last part of the statement, has not lost his her life in a war. Remember, not, and the statement says lost his or life in war. So that is why we will be taking C as complemented, or C bar, or C apostrophe. Alright. Now coming to the third, the person is not an Indian citizen. Remember, and A says the person is was an Indian citizen. So that is why I have taken A as not a barred. Alright. Now, the second part says has taken active part in activities for upliftment of the nation, and D says that take part in activity for upliftment of nation. So D will be taken as it is. So now you must have understood based on the given criteria, the three criteria, we have to form a Boolean expression. So I have clearly marked those and denoted with the color code also. So finally what we have drawn from this is the criteria, that is one is A B not C. Now second criteria is A B C not, and the third criteria is A not D. Alright. Now finally look at this, we have a big or condition over here. Okay, first criteria or second criteria or third criteria means when we will have to put these three, uh, you can say the criteria what we have just evaluated, there will be or sign, that is the plus sign in between each of them. So our final expression is A B naught C plus A B C naught plus A naught D. So I hope that you must have understood. If you have any doubt, you can pause this slide or a video and clearly analyze this given condition, and you will be easy to uh, understand this. Okay, moving to the next slide. Now based on that criteria we have to draw truth table. Now as you can see, there are how many variables? There are actually four variables, A B C and D. So you know that when we will draw a truth table, that truth table will have how many columns? Basically four columns for A B and C and D, with number of possible combination will be 2 raised to the power 4, because there are four variables, that is 16. So based on that we have already uh, made those four columns for A, B, C and D. As you know that in the first A column 8 zeros, then 8 ones, then in B 4041, 4041, and C 2021, 2021, and so on, and in D 0101, like that we will move further. So this is it. Now we'll have to add some other columns based on the criteria, or the criteria which we have just evaluated or we have just derived. That is here also clearly mentioned A B naught C plus A B C naught plus A naught D. So I think you can easily do that we have done in the previous section also, how we can draw what you call the truth table based on these columns. So what you can do is, say for A B not C, what you can do, you can take the value from A looking at the first row first, then B will be taken as not and C will be taken as it is, and then you just simply solve it. So what you can do, you can add few more columns in between for B naught also, which is missing here. You will just negate the result of B, you can get the B naught also. And finally, based on the value, when you are going row wise for A B naught C, you will be getting this result which is shown in A B naught C column for each row. Same for A B C naught. here you will be taking A and B as it is, whereas C as not. So you will be getting the output as it is shown in A, B, not C. I think that will be easy for you. Once you will practice, you will come to know easily. And same way in the third column, that is A, not D, we will have to evaluate the given expression where A will be negated. So A, not D, will give you this result. So that we are not doing here, but you can always do while doing on the paper. And based on the criterias given, we have already made three different columns for three different criterias. Now as you can see, there is or gate in between, because there were or condition, either first criteria or second or third, he will be awarded medal. So if the person fulfill any of these criteria, means in if looking at these rows, if you see there is any one in A B not C or A B C not or A not D, the output will be 1. As you can see in the first column, all three are zeros, so result will be 0. In the second row you have 0 0 1 for A B not C, A B C not, and A not D, so output is 1. For third row again all three zeros, then it is 0. And in the fourth, if you have 2 0 and the last one is 1, the ultimate result is 1. So on and so forth. You can always check the result, that if you see any one in that particular row, then output will be 1, because this is the criteria for OR condition. So we have got one more column with X with the different values that we have just evaluated. Now this point you need to remember is, this is POS. So talking about POS, so you always know that we'll have to take only those rows where the output is 0. Please remember, in SOP we used to take those rows whose output is 1, but this is POS, so we'll have to take rows with the output 0. Okay, so we have side by side we have written their corresponding expression also. As you can see in the first row, A, B, C and D all are 0, and you know in POS 0 is taken as it is or uncomplimented, that we have discussed in the previous video also. So we have taken as it is at A plus B plus C plus D and so on. I think that you can easily analyze looking at the each row. Alright, but out of these 16 rows we will be taking only those ones where the output is 0. That is again a condition for POS that we have discussed in the previous videos. So here you can see I have highlighted or marked these rows which will be taking with the number as 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 14 and 15. Alright, and their corresponding boolean expression by the side of the number I have clearly written. Okay, so I think that you can easily do now. Okay, so moving to the next slide. Based on this criteria we have got a shorthand, you can say POS expression with pi within bracket 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 14, 15, and the above one, the boolean expression, is also given to you. Alright, now once we have got this expression, now rest of the thing we will do which we have already seen in the previous video. So we are going quickly here. We will have to draw a K-map of 4 by 4. Alright, with the gray coding we have to do like 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 12, 13, 15, 14 and 8, 9, 11 and 10. And in those boxes we'll have to fill 0 on those boxes which we are using in the given expression, like 0 to 4, 6, 8, 9, 14, 15. So these boxes the boxes which are numbered with 0 to 4, 6, 8, 9, 14, 15 will fill with 0. As we know, we are talking about POS. In POS, we fill those boxes with 0. Okay, now we'll do the grouping like normally we do, and that for that we have already discussed in detail in the previous video, but anyway we are looking at it. So those boxes we have filled with 0. Now we are looking at the grouping, and while doing the grouping we have two pairs of 14, 15 and 8 at 9, and one chord by map rolling, that is 0 to 4, 6. So as you can see here, we have mentioned one chord with 0, M0, M2, M4 and M6, and in the pair like M14, M15 and pair M8 and M9. Now we know how to reduce it. Like I told you, the variable which are changing their state has to remove. For that you can always refer to the previous video, and by reducing the chord we will get the two variables which are not changing the state, that is a plus d, and for pair it is a naught plus b naught plus c naught, and for pair 2 that is m8 and m9, that is a naught plus b plus c naught. So finally, once we have got the reduced expression for the chord and the two pairs, we'll put them together to form the final expression, and that final expression would be x equals to within bracket a plus d bracket close. Now for the pair 1, that is a naught plus b naught plus c naught bracket close, and for second pair, that is a naught plus b plus c. So this is our final reduced expression, and if you have little bit of doubt you can always refer to the previous video where I have explained you how we can reduce a given K-map using POS method. Alright, so this is the way how we have got the reduced expression. Now you must have understood how to solve these type of problems, and in the coming videos we will be adding few more videos on Boolean algebra. Thank you very much.